Welcome everybody to season 4, episode 27 of Oz Media's Motivate Me 313 podcast. We have another fun show for you today. Looking forward to the conversation. Today's topic is about MSA's Students versus Alumni Charity Basketball Showdown, happening this Friday, coming up, inshallah. I believe the date is April 25th, this Friday. So looking forward to that game. And so we wanted to bring in some people to hype up the game and maybe even talk a little bit of smack. So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce who's in the building, starting off with little big bro Yusuf T on the in the back on the ones and twos. As always, we appreciate him. To the right of me, we got my man Mr. Dabaja in the building today. Would have been the MVP last year had they won, but we're going to talk a little bit more about last year's game as well. Of course, you got myself, Omar T. To the left of me, we have Mr. Islam Taher in the building, representing AMA, the presidents, the commissioner, the founder. What else? Anything else, Islam, or no?
That's it.
MashaAllah alaik, man. Shout out to you. And then to the left of him, we got Mr. Firas, representing Muslim Student Association at Fortson. The president as well?
Yes, sir.
The presidents. You know what I'm saying, man? We should have had a president sound. Dun, 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 dun. We got a couple presidents in the building today. And then next to Firas, we got Mr. Abdullah representing Edsel Ford's basketball team. So we got Abdullah representing Edsel Ford, and we got Mr. Dabaja representing Fortson. 2 players. Then we got the president of MSA. We got the president of AMA. Of course, you got myself, Omar T. It should be a great show, inshallah. But before we even discuss anything, we want to tell you that you can follow us on all of our socials: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Apple, and Spotify podcasts, all under Oz Media. You can find all of those platforms on our website at ozmedia313.com. Shout out to the sponsors of the show: Hanley International Academy, Holy Bowly, Wingfellas, Juicebox, Melika Kebab, Jebel Coffee House, and Royal Kebab. We appreciate them and their support. Yusuf, let's go ahead and give a shout out to Juicebox, who's always giving back to the community, and we appreciate them. I'm assuming they're part of the this event as well. I'm assuming Juicebox. So shout out to Juicebox. We appreciate them, and we're going to keep it rolling. So shout out to Juicebox. If you're looking for a place with the best smoothies, milkshakes, ice cream, cereal bars, and slushies, then Juicebox is your one-stop shop. You can try things like their Biscoff or Nutella shakes, crepes, watermelon blast, strawberry burst, or mango smoothies. Juicebox currently has 4 locations: Hamtramck, Dearborn, Detroit, and Trenton. So be sure to stop by Juicebox and get ready to leave there with a big smile on your face. You can also visit their website at juiceboxblend.com or download their app at juiceboxblend.appra.app. All right, we're officially back. Shout out to these fellas, man. We're going to start off from right to left just to check in right quick, just to say how y'all doing. So, Mr. Dabaja, how you been? How's life? You're a senior now. Last year you were on the show. You were a junior. You know, senior season went as planned. Talk to me, man. How's life, man?
You know, life's been pretty good. You know, I'm still thinking about that loss we had last year. Hash hit the game winner, but
yeah,
to be honest, senior year has been pretty good. Shout out to Fortson and the staff, how good they've been treating me. And, you know, can't wait to get this on.
What's next for you, Mahdi?
Inshallah, I go play somewhere for college basketball, and then I'm going to go into software engineering, and then after I graduate from undergrad, I'm going to try to go into law school, inshallah.
Inshallah, man. Sounds like a great plan. Sounds like you know what you're doing. I hope everything is lined up for you well right now, because let's be honest, right now it's April. So it's about that time for seniors to start focusing on what's next for them, inshallah. And then going off, Islam wanted to say, how you been, man? AMA, mashallah, I see their names. I see the way you moving, Islam. I see the way you moving, you know what I'm saying? But mashallah, that's exactly what you should be doing, and you're doing it. So I'm proud of you, man. But how's everything going on with you, man?
Alhamdulillah, we're
going to bring that mic probably a little bit closer then, or?
We're glad to be a part of this event. Alhamdulillah, we heard big things about it last year. Inshallah, this year we're here to help organize it, make it better, bigger, and, you know, get more people involved, inshallah.
Well, let's hope that, you know, this fundraiser is not like the last one where you made a terrible decision on the volleyball court and it's not. We ain't gonna talk about that too much. Firas, man, president of MSA.
Yep.
What's going on with you? I believe you're a junior right now. So how's life going on at Fortson?
Alhamdulillah, life at Fortson's pretty good. It's my first time on the show right now. I'm a junior, and I just can't wait to get this on.
There you go. There you go. And then Abdullah, you know, like I always tell people, you know, I'm always mention that we got a grudge against you, but it's okay. Anytime that I can mention it, inshallah, when we grow old, I'm still going to look at you with that look like I got a grudge with you. But all jokes aside, Abdullah, great young man, Edsel Ford High School, you know, played Fortson, by the way, in districts. So I saw them highlights. It was a great game, too. How you been, though? How's life? Junior as well.
Yeah, life's been good. Just chilling, playing ball, just do my thing.
That's good, man. And then, do you guys play any other sports other than
Football?
Play football as well. How about you? Did you play anything else or just basketball?
I did track for 3 years.
3 years.
Oh,
Okay.
too.
And he was good at it.
I was pretty good at track.
Really?
He was good at it. He ran with me.
Mashallah. That's what's up, man. So, you ran track?
Yeah.
Were you up there too?
Yeah.
We were both up there, yeah.
Okay. So that's what's up, man. Hey.
Play football, right?
Yeah, I do football, I do swimming, track, and yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
Okay. See, I didn't want to put you on the spot. I didn't know if you was, you know.
No.
Oh, yeah. I didn't wanna
You're
have you back.
president of MSA, Alumni plays sports.
Yeah, that's good though. That's good. You know what I'm saying? That's mashallah. That's all around young man right there. So speaking of president of MSA, what inspired MSA to organize this charity basketball game? I know you're the president and you're speaking on behalf pretty much of everybody. Like what made you guys say like, hey, we should come up with this basketball game?
Honestly, it's a good way to fundraise for charity funds. It brings the community together. It's a great time. A lot of people have fun. I know last year I wasn't the president. I wasn't even on the MSA board actually, and I just attended the event. I had a blast. You know, we got food. We got to watch the game. I actually watched you guys go against each other. Alumni came out. It's just a good moment of unity for the community and just for people to get out there.
Yeah, that's great, man. And what are y'all thoughts? Like Abdullah, I'll ask you this question: like, what are your thoughts as a person that's playing in the game? How did you feel when not just about the game itself, but just in general, the coming together and the unity?
It was nice. We were all playing together. I saw everyone around me supporting. Everything was nice.
I'm sure that the alumni that were playing or people that probably helped you as you were growing up as well.
All the different leagues and stuff that were training me and all that, so I got better.
So how did you feel playing against, or playing with, or playing against those guys that, that kind of raised you in a way, or in terms of basketball?
It was pretty hard. They were bigger than me and stuff, but we just gotta play through it. You know what I mean?
Y'all almost had them. But
we're gonna have them this year.
Yeah, we're gonna dive too much into the game. Yeah, Islam. I mean, going back to you, I know you obviously you were watching, I think, last year, but this year now, being a part of it. What excites you about being a part of an event like this?
First of all, the community coming together. Seeing the kids going at it with the alumni, the ones that who were once in their shoes, playing in these type of games, and in their old schools as well. But we're honored to be a part of it as well. Seeing these kids grow up as well. Slowly, and watching them play, have fun.
And Mr. Dabaja, being a part of the game, seeing the community come together, and seeing what MSA is doing. What do you feel about that whole situation?
I mean, to be honest, like, shout out to Alumni, because I've never seen them in my life, and they accepted me like a family. Like, that was like the closest I've never met people, and they accepted us in, and the community was great. Like, if you go where we have our PA stands where we sell snacks, if you go in there, you actually felt like you're at like a Ramadan stand at that time. And then inside the game, it was a bunch of people there just rooting for each other. And like, mind you, I'd never seen these people, and they were like just rooting for us. It just showed a lot of respect and like how fun this event is.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I agree with everything that you're saying. The vibes are great, and what's cool about all that is this is why people play sports. And I always try to explain to people it's hard to, tell people things that they never tried out before. But like as you said, never met you, probably never seen you before, but as soon as you come into an environment like that, it's like you treat each other like family. And it's like the unwritten rule when you go to the same school with people, and also when you are alumni, like you played sports at this school, and it's like no matter what, no matter the age gap, it's hard to explain if you were not a part of it, but it's like an unspoken thing where like no matter what, you're gonna have respect for one another. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You might talk smack and say your generation is better than ours. You know what I mean?
Might be our generation is for sure better, but
who are you referring to right now?
I'm referring to me, Firas, and Abdullah. We're just
better than what generations? Like prior in the past?
The alumni generation.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Oh, he's looking at you while he's saying that.
Listen, I grew up in Hamtramck. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, so I don't know the real history of all the schools that you guys go to, but I know enough to know that that's not a factual statement. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna keep it in my head. So during the game when it happens, like,
well, there you go. Sure. See, that's a good motivational tactic for yourself. I'm not gonna lie, but. Fortson got banners and retiree jerseys. Edsel got those banners, retiree jerseys. So before y'all, jump, and you know what I'm saying. Let's make sure y'all know what's going on, you know, before that. You know what I'm saying. But all jokes aside, that's what we want. We want you to talk that smack, so that's good. So going back to the charity itself, you know, where's the money going to? Like, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Like, what's the funds? And by the way, quickly, shout out to Mr. Lady. I know she doesn't want us to say this or do that, but at the end of the day, you deserve all of the, well, not all of the credit, but a lot of the credits.
Yeah, she does.
You deserve, you know, recognition because all of the work that you're putting in. You know, mashallah, I was telling these guys before the show. Sometimes, you know, people, you know, sometimes I fall in this trap where we do too much. And we have to learn how to, you know, whatever, and learn how to, you know, enjoy ourselves at the same time. And mashallah, she's one of those people that does a lot. So kudos to you. Go ahead and give her a round of applause, Yusuf, by the way. And her team and the whole MSA. I just wanted to give her a quick shout out and quick credit, but I'm sorry. Go ahead now.
So we're actually partnered with the UHF Foundation. I'm pretty sure most of you guys are familiar with them. So what they're doing with us right now is for every $1 that we raise, they up it by $35.
Mashallah.
So all this money is going to be collected. It's going to be a charitable event, and it's all going overseas, which is to Yemen, Palestine, Lebanon, and whatever countries are in dire need.
Mashallah. Go ahead and give that a round of applause, man.
Real quick.
Yep.
It's Zaman. Not
Oh.
Say if you want, we can just.
No, it's okay. It's a Zaman Foundation.
Yeah.
Shout out to UHF too. Great
shout
people over there. But it was a Zaman Foundation where every dollar you get is
Yep,
$35. Yes. So shout out to Zaman. Shout out to Islam for picking that up too, by the way. That boy was like, he knows, he understands. He's in the game, so he understands. But with that said, that's awesome. Anybody want to share their thoughts on that as well? Like just being part of the game and knowing that you're contributing to a great cause as well. Like anybody want to share their 2 cents?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yep.
Like, this means this game has a lot of purpose. It's not just like a regular basketball game. Just me knowing after the game that all this money that's gotten donated is going to somewhere good and it's going to help people out is just like a good feeling.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. And I mean, that's I told people, man, you know, I've run into some injuries in my life to the point where, you know, I pick and choose spots when I want to play. The only time now I would ever play probably is like for like a charity or a big game. Because you know it's a bigger cause than you know normal, obviously, than just a normal pickup game. And just know that you guys are contributing to a great cause. You know, when you are playing, no matter what the outcome is, as much as you want to win, the biggest win is at the end of the day when you find out how much money was raised from that game. You know, so kudos to all of you for being a part of that, and kudos again to Fortson's MSA. Is there any other organization, or I mean, I know you're contributing with AMA too as much as you
with
can.
AMA as well.
But we want to give shout outs where shout outs are due. Shout out to the people who are helping too in the background. I know Firas Awadalla as one of the helpers. Anyone else? I don't want to miss none.
So like you already mentioned, Ms. Al-Taidi,
Yeah.
in the background doing as much as she can. Shout out to her, wallah. You know, someone like her who's doing everything in the background, not looking for credit, not looking for anything, but doing it for the kids, doing it for the community. Faris as well. You know, he's helping out in the background with sponsors, organizing the players, making sure people are locked in, bringing community leaders involved. And yeah, shout out to them. Those are the type of people you'd always want to be a part of, like their type of events, because they're not looking for fame or glory or any type of credit, but yet they're doing it for the community every time.
Yeah. And the best reward is from Allah at the end of the day. I hope people really understand that. Ultimately, at the end of the day, that's the best thing to do. So, how do you guys think events like this help foster community engagement and understanding? Abdullah, I don't think I've started off with you yet. So again, how do you think events like this help foster community engagement and community understanding?
So like the more like the community, once they see more and more people like talking about it and stuff, so they'll come along together and then just all like go to it. So that's what makes it like bigger and better.
I love that. So basically, like when we talk about it, we can be more focused on some of those issues that are probably happening overseas, and we can help out with the cause as well. What's your answer to that one? Like, how do you feel like these kind of events help foster community engagement?
I mean, just like Abdullah said, once people start talking about it, more and more people are going to hear about it, and they're going to want to show up, donate, and it's going to be like a train event.
Yeah.
Where everyone just starts not following each other, because you can't follow each other for an event like this. You're donating money to people in need. That's like one of the best deeds you can do in my head. Like even in the Quran, like one of the best deeds you can do is donate. For sure.
How about you, Islam? Any thoughts on that?
You know, it helps, you know, get everyone together for one purpose they all share, you know, when it comes to donating to those in need overseas, like Palestine, Yemen, and Lebanon. Those are the three countries, alhamdulillah, that we're able to raise funds for, and you know, everyone can come together for that cause.
Firas, you want to add on anything else to that? Or?
I really think it brings the district together, you know, because I know there's a lot of maybe tension between the schools, if you want to call it like that. And I just think this is like a good event for us just to come together and have some fun.
I love that. Different ways of viewpoint. Me also, I look at it like a community thing. You know, I don't even like the overseas part is 100% correct. But just from our community alone, I think it brings all of us together as well. Any event that brings the community together is a positive strive forward, you know, because ultimately at the end of the day, that's the whole goal, is to come together and we realize that our differences are not that different and our similarities is more than our differences. And so I love being a part of these events. It sends a message. Even when people don't show up, people know when you try. And that's what people need to understand, that no matter what, it's a victory for the organizations that are involved, and it's a victory for the community members that are involved as well, because you are taking a step forward. You are telling people, hey, we want to come together for a bigger and a greater cause. So, you know, this was like the nice little introduction, see what the event is all about. One more time for that, can you, well, not one more time, I'm going to say this a few times. Can you tell people, you know, the date, how people can buy tickets? We're going to just try to keep repeating this so that throughout the show, people know when and how they can go
100%.
about it. So go ahead for that.
So it's April 25th. It's on a Friday, which is next week, and it's coming up pretty fast. So mark your calendars, and it's going to be 6 o'clock. The doors will be open to the gym.
Okay, sweet. And how much are tickets, and how what's the...
So tickets are $7 for students, and then they're $10 for regular admission, but they're going to be $15 at the door.
Okay, so basically get your tickets before...
So yeah, get your tickets beforehand. There's going to be a QR code that's going to be posted maybe on your flyer and our MSA for to Instagram.
There we go. There we go. So shout out to these guys. It's a good time to take a quick ad break, Yusuf. We're going to give a shout out to our next sponsor, which let's go ahead and give a shout out to Wingfellas, which are they part of the...
Yeah, they're a big donor. Oh, they always donate.
Man,
100%.
Wingfellas, listen, obviously every single business I would promote, you know, like please support these businesses who support us and support the community at the end of the day. Wingfellas, though, mashallah, they call and reach out and say, we want to be part of these events. We want to help out. We want to donate. So, you know, let's talk about a business that you should definitely support as Wingfellas. So shout out to Wingfellas, and we'll keep things rolling. Do you know what goes perfect with the big game or your favorite TV show? Some deliciously tender wings from Wingfellas. Wingfellas Restaurant is home to the best wings in Michigan. With over 20 different sauces and seasonings to choose from, you can make sure every wing order you make caters to your taste buds. They have 7 different locations in Michigan. They have a location in Dearborn, Southfield, Detroit, Belleville, Wyandotte, Flint, and Taylor. So no matter where you are at in the state, Wingfellas is your one-stop shop for some fall-off-the-bone wings. Also, be sure to visit them at their website at thewingfellas.com. Do you know who it is?
I have some of the alumni. It's not 100% full, but I have.
Yeah, we're trying to see who's the alumni that's playing right now. I don't know if it's supposed to be a secret or not, or if it's already okay.
No, it's not.
Who you got? What you got for us?
So inshallah, the Abdullah brothers,
Okay, inshallah.
Muhammad and Umar.
That's a tough
Inshallah,
matchup.
Hakeem Fatahi is gonna come through as well.
Why they be loading up against y'all like this, man? Are
They need
threatened?
it, bro. They need
Are
it.
they threatened?
I like that.
They need all the help.
It was like too close last year. They got lucky. They got bailed out in my eyes, you know.
But what's go? Can we get an air horn right quick, Yusuf, right
Yeah,
now?
man.
The Mahdi.
I'm not gonna lie. It seemed like in the third quarter, the rest were kind of.
Yeah, they're letting a lot of things slide.
They're
for
letting
them
a
and
lot of
stuff.
things
Yeah.
slide, and we weren't getting anything slid. But you know,
Is this a coincidence? Like right before the third quarter, I saw one of the players handing the referee a $50 bill.
I did. I had caught that too. I thought I was the only one. No one believed it though.
I'm not gonna lie. Abdullah told me that, and like not after the game, I believed it. I was like, damn.
See, hey, I'm just throwing it out there. One more air horn for this right here, you know. Watch out for these young fellas. But I'm sorry, go ahead. We got Abdullah, we got Bash. Who else? Hakeem.
Inshallah, someone named Butch Mo Faraj.
Okay.
Murtaja, inshallah. He's, I believe, he's a barber
Barber
in a
Appra
social
cuts.
media.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Inshallah, I think he's reaching out to Barbara L as well. I think he's going to try to have him involved.
Nice.
And the rest we're still working on because they're not 100% confirmed, but maybe even Kyler might pull up too as well again.
Kyler who?
Kyler Wenby.
Oh,
I think
okay.
he was there last
Yeah,
year.
he was there last year.
So yeah, we're still working on the list to make sure everything's good. But yeah,
Sweet. And that's this Friday. So make sure y'all check it out.
it's gonna be
Come on
good
out.
good comp.
Yeah, for sure. And a good time too, man. You know, inshallah, that's the goal. So keeping it rolling. challenges. Are there any challenges along the way that you feel like that this organization faced, throughout this process, or probably still facing?
Honestly, I would say getting sponsorships to donate.
Yeah.
That was a big struggle because I know, this is just after Ramadan. We had our Tin Can Raffle, which is another event that our school does, which is we just pull every sponsor that we can grab. A lot of donations go there. We had our iftar dinner earlier this year as well, which is, of course, we always grab some sponsors. And it's just it's a tough time for businesses. But other than that, alhamdulillah, we're doing pretty good right now.
Alhamdulillah, and I just want to say this. Shout out to the businesses that do sponsor.
Yeah.
Listen, this is not us saying like, hey, blah, 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 blah. No, we appreciate anyone and everyone. And I'm going to say this on my behalf because, there's events that I'm a part of where I have to reach out to sponsors. And I appreciate everybody that does because it's not, at the end of the day, it's your decision, ultimately. And I'm sure that you guys appreciate every single person. And we are not upset at the ones that probably turn it down because we understand. So thank you. And again, we hope that you guys are rewarded mostly, by Allah, because that is the best reward that you can get. But we are all very thankful for those supports as well. And it's not easy. For those that be trying to plan events, you'll see it ain't easy. And especially when you do it annually, it might be harder as years go along. But alhamdulillah, Allah blesses those that are with the right intentions. So may Allah continue to bless the work that you guys are doing and give you guys sponsors as well. So anybody else want to talk about any difficulties? I know you've been kind of helping out with the organization.
Like you said, alhamdulillah for sponsors. We're still trying to reach out and get more involved before the deadline. They, like you said, they don't understand how much, not even just Fortson, but like Oz Media as well and all these other different events that are doing things for charity, how much we appreciate their support. They don't understand how far $1 goes for these type of events and how they make it work. And if it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be, happening. But another thing as well that I've heard as well from last year is we want a bigger turnout. We want to make sure all the communities come together from Etzel, Forts, and Dearborn High. Everybody from Dearborn coming through, watching the event, have fun, come with their friends and family. We want to make sure it's out there. We want to make sure people come, want to be a part of it and, just watch the game.
For sure. And don't sell AMA short either, man. Y'all be out there making moves too, man. Having to reach out to, shout out to AMA too, man. This is what, listen, the one last thing I want to say about this too is this, that we like to focus on negative stuff as a community. I think as a people, we kind of, you'll see videos about a fight, it gets a million views, and you see a video about somebody donating to a sick person, poor people, it'll probably get 5,000 views. We are natural people who like to, it's like we're naturally geared towards, negative situations or, whatever. So my point is that I know we probably focus sometimes on the people that say no, but we should focus more on the people who are saying yeah, because of the fact that we appreciate them and we're thankful for them. And there's these events, our community really does come together if you guys really think about it. Alhamdulillah, you guys raised, or MSA raised last year over 25,000, they were saying. This is beautiful. This is what it is all about. I know sometimes we think about what divides us, but really events, we're not the only ones doing them. They're always happening in our community, and some, mashallah, those events are sponsored by businesses from this community. So, that's what it's all about. So this is a moment to say thank you to all the businesses out there who sponsor any event, not just ours, any event. That's how the community sticks together ultimately at the end of the day. So sports, I'm gonna let you start off this one this time. I don't think you've started one yet. What role does sports play in promoting unity and breaking down barriers within the community?
Say that question one more time.
What role does sports play in promoting unity and breaking down barriers within the community?
Gathering everyone together breaks that little awkwardness between one another, and I feel like sports is one of the ways to communicate with one another, whether you know them or not. Grabs people and gets people closer as well.
I love that. Good answer. Mr. Dabaja, how do you feel? How does sports promote unity and bringing people together?
For an example, say you're at a sports game and you and this guy don't like each other. It's happened to me once. You and this guy don't like each other. Somehow you guys are by each other. And I was like, I'm just going to break the ice, just let me talk to him. And then I broke the ice, and supposedly a couple years later, that guy's like my best friend. And that was just off a football game. And especially with a bunch of community people coming together, people from Fortson, Dearborn, Etzel, I bet so much money there's gonna be like a little bit tension between some people. Like what he said, the awkwardness is gonna break, and I bet at the end of the night they're gonna come together and everyone's gonna be friends and we're gonna have a fun night.
Inshallah. I love that. Abdullah, how do you feel like sports promotes unity?
I'd agree on what they said, like how it brings us together, and like you don't know the person in front of you or next to you, and then you guys just start talking about the game. Then next thing you know, you guys are like texting and want to go out every day almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like it's a love-hate relationship. You know, like you hate that guy across you, but at the end of the day, he's your brother. You're gonna dap up at the end of the game. And I know, like for instance, for track, we do distance, both of us. We line up on the line, and everyone's looking at you. Oh, what time do you run? What time do you run? So it's like a good moment, you know.
Yeah.
I like it. It's nice.
I mean, good competition is healthy.
Yeah.
It's normal. It's what you need. You know, I promote that big time. Like, I love competition because it brings the best out of people. Even if you lose, you know that you gave it your all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the best kind of thing to do at the end of the day. But I just want people to understand, like, think about like a stadium of like 40,000 fans, like a Lions game or something. Chances of you knowing the person that you go to the game with, like you're mentioning in the crowd, probably very slim. You probably don't know this person. But for those 3 hours you're in that stadium, the high fives and the loudness that you guys are going to be giving to one another, it's like a brotherhood. Like, it's a great example. Just think about the fans at a stadium. One thing I want to throw out there, shout out to Fortson. I peeped it out. When Dearborn High advanced in the districts, y'all were there supporting Dearborn High.
Yeah, of course. Even if Etzel would have won, we would have supported.
Yeah.
The community, we want to see him win.
Yeah.
See, and I respect that a lot because obviously you have your smack talk amongst one another. Those games against one another is probably so intense, very intense. But when you see the districts, even Etzel, I saw Etzel out there too.
Yeah, we were there. We were all
Etzel was there too.
supporting them.
So like when I peeped that out, I was like, man, that's respect, man. You know, like, that's what you want to see.
Yeah.
That's what you really want to see. And to be honest with you, I want to see the competitiveness and get in each other's face while you're playing against each other. Like, I hate today's NBA where everybody's friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be friends, but on the court, battle it out. You know,
You gotta
try
be
to
friends with
beat
your
the other
teammates.
guy. Yeah, try to beat the other guy. You know, but then when the game ends, of course, you know, I ain't got to hold on to it, you know, and support one another, obviously, because, again, that's that mindset where no matter what, guys, we're in this together. I try telling people this, no matter what, we're in this together. Y'all think someone from North Dakota cares what backgrounds you are and what background that I am in? Ultimately, we're grouped up together. We're from the same areas. We got the same skin, complexion. We speak the same language. Trust me when I tell you guys that we're grouped together by 95% of the country. It's only some of us own people where we kind of try to separate from one another. And so that's what it's all about. So I like the fact that you guys showed up to those kind of games too. And I was like, that's what unity, that's what sports does. It really does bring people together. So talking about the game time, all right, this is where the fun now gets to happen, all right? We did all the fluff. Hi, my name is Abdullah, you know what I mean? We did that talk already. All right, now let's talk about this game. All right. Well, let's talk about last year's game. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yes. So let's start off with last year's game because then we'll talk about this year's game. Abdullah, last year's game, we'll start off with you. Great game, back and forth, nice big shots being made, both sides of the ball. And then ultimately, I think it was Hash game winner.
Yeah.
And he knew he was going to score the point, by the way. You know, he was dribbling it out, scored the point, and then acted like, you know, he does this for a living. Which he kind of does. I heard his part-time job is cooking people on the basketball court. But with that said is, you know, what are your thoughts on last year's game and how it went?
It was a great game. We were both going at it. It was close the whole time. It was fun. But just a player like him, we can't stop him. He just scored. Just won it. That's it.
So what do you think could have went differently for you guys to win? I mean, I know it was last year. It's a year ago. I don't know if you remember specifically, but do you remember?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Okay.
So maybe if, like, I know he wasn't going to shoot the three, so maybe if we, like, stayed back and just, like, waited for him to attack us, because, like, we would have been there to help. But you can't change it anymore, so.
Yep. How about you, Mr. Dabaja? Every time I mention last year, it's like you get traumatized or something, man.
Because, man, that was our win. Like,
Big time.
we should have won that game. But something we could have done different to win that game is maybe during the fourth quarter, the start, I don't remember, third or fourth, they went a press, if you guys remember.
Did, yeah.
And they go on a 10-0 run, and then Coach Cam, right?
Yeah.
Coach Cam had to call a timeout, and he's like, we need someone in the middle. We need to do this. And we did it, but they went on a 10-0 run, so they, you know, they cut down the lead close to us. And then, you know, Hesh is a great player. Shout out to him. But this year, no one's a great player on that team because we're going to win by like 30. But Yeah.
Hey, that team is loaded, man. That's
We're gonna win by like
that's-
30.
Mahdi, I'm just
All
letting you
old
know.
dudes, man. We just
Yeah.
run
They
them
are
off the
old.
court. We're just running them off
That's
the
the
court.
advantage you guys have to take advantage of.
Exactly. We just
Like,
gotta push
get that
every time.
rebound and go.
Yeah.
Or hopefully
Push.
get a steal or get a turnover quickly. But basically push.
Yeah.
That's the motto. If y'all want to win, push.
Because they can't keep up with us.
Yeah, because in a half court offense, they're gonna dominate you guys.
Oh,
By
they're
halftime-
bigger and everything.
Yes.
But
By
It's
halftime, I want them to start ordering their food. Like that's how
Oh, yeah.
serious I
Oh,
want.
it's
it.
already ready to go right
Oh,
there. The
yeah.
concession stand right there.
Yeah, all right, and that too. I want them to go to concession stand. Matter of fact, at halftime and get their food.
Yeah.
But
Just chill and lay back and
yeah,
enjoy the rest of the game.
I don't want to see no happy faces until after the game. But during the game,
I like that.
the alumni is.
Who are the players playing?
you can explain
yeah,
the forts
go
inside.
on,
I'll
who's
explain
gonna
that.
point?
too.
We got my friend Mustafa Janabi. He plays basketball and football. We got this our kid, my teammate. His name's Aham. He's a very hard worker. Very hard worker. I won't be surprised if he's the MVP. He's a hard worker. He played on our team. And you guys know him. His name's Bobo Diallo. He plays football and basketball. Those are
Okay.
our three from Fortson.
3, then you.
Then me, that's the fourth. And I think Edsel, let Abdullah say that.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't wanna mess up the name.
we have Bilal Asfour. We got Abdurrahman Sawaf, Abdulwahab Al Haj, and Umar. Umar was the only one that played last year. And
It's Ayo.
no, it's his other
That's-
brother.
Oh, okay.
He's a tall, skinny one.
That's all I remember last year was screaming out Ayo.
No,
Every,
Ayo, he was the shooter. He hit big threes for us. Man.
yeah.
The other three, they're just new players that are playing this year.
So wait, you guys got 5.
Yeah.
You guys got 4.
There's one more. I'm just trying to remember who it is.
From
Okay.
Fortson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was 5.
It's
I
five.
thought it was an
on both
MSA
sides.
student playing, wasn't
Oh,
it?
it is.
yeah.
Oh, Momo.
One of the
Mo-
Muhammad,
Yeah,
Muhammad
Muhammad
Nasser from the
Muhammad,
MSA.
yeah.
He's going to be playing as well on their squad.
So for us, I don't know if you said you were not part of MSA last
No,
year.
not last year.
Okay, so but you said you watched the game.
Yeah.
How was the experience for the first one?
Honestly, it was a good time. We had a lot of fun. I came right after my workout. I just seen them competing. I love watching the old guys, get those basketball shoes on and just going at it. It was a good time.
Yeah. And then Islam, what were your thoughts? I don't know if you were there or
I wasn't there last
Okay.
year, but I was watching on what's it called after like all the highlights and the clips, and I'm seeing Hash's game winner, and I'm seeing everybody's different point of views of the game, and everything. How devastated the students were, just like losing like that, because they were playing great all game.
Yeah, they were.
So like they mentioned that press I heard,
Yeah.
I was kind of shutting them down, and then they just lost it by that one bucket. But this year, inshallah, what these guys got to understand, they might be old. You guys might be able to beat them physically, be faster, but at the end of the day, they got experience. And they played with each other multiple times, especially Bash, the Abdurrabu brothers, Hakeem. They played with each other many times. So it's going to be a great game, but I got my money on the students.
Oh,
Always on the
wow.
students.
Wow.
I got my money on the
We ain't going to predictions yet.
Nah, I like that one.
Jumping the gun already.
We're with the students.
We went straight
100%.
to. He's being honest, man.
Hey, it sounds like you got some stake on the referees right now. What's up, man? You sound too
Hey,
confident,
and
man.
It's Faris taking care of the refs. I have nothing
Okay,
to do with
there
that.
you
So I
go.
let that be known.
we don't need
But
Faris taking care of that.
I know the students are gonna take care of it. This
I just
year.
don't want to see no 50s handing out to the rest at halftime.
Hey, listen, you give me a 50 on referee, I'm looking out for you straight up. Hey, let's take a quick break, and then we're going to really dive into the game a little bit more, but we do have to run our last ad of the show, so let's go ahead and give a shout-out to our next sponsor, and let's give a shout-out to Malik Kebab, man. I want to give them a quick shout-out too, before we give them the actual shout-out. A quick story time. Yasmin from Hill Palestine reached out to me and asked if they would be interested in hosting the people that are going to be arriving from Palestine this last week or 2 weeks ago. And when I called Malik Kebab owner, he didn't even hesitate. And we later found out, I'm not saying this to put them on blast, but I'm saying this just to give them the recognition of how great people they are over there. They didn't let Hill Palestine pay for the bill at all. She was only just saying if they would host us, like not pay. They were still wanted to pay Hill Palestine, but Malik Kebab didn't even let them pay. It was like at least 50 people there, and some kids from Gaza as well. So shout out to Malik Kebab. That's kind of the people that they are over there, man. Great people over there. So let's go ahead and give them the shout out, and then we'll keep things rolling. Malik Kebab has become noted as one of the best Middle Eastern restaurants in the Metro Detroit area. The restaurant has become a popular destination for visitors and is always full of satisfied locals who are proud to invite their guests to taste real Middle Eastern food. With options like shish platters, shawarma plates, shawarma sandwiches, lamb chops, fattoush, and tabbouleh salads, you can never go wrong when you choose to eat at Malik Kebab. They currently have 3 locations, West Dearborn, Taylor, and Trenton. Be sure to stop by Malika Kebab to satisfy all of your Middle Eastern cravings. You can also visit them at their website, malikkebab.com. Yep, we're back. All right, so with that said, we kind of mentioned the players who are playing in this game already. So you already broke it down that you're saying that you got the young fellas winning this game.
100%.
Why?
Not only do they got the energy, but they're here for their get back.
Yeah.
They want to make sure
Yeah.
nothing like last year happens again, not even to give them that opportunity for a game winner. So I got them by 30.
Wow.
I like that. I like the sound of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you think I'm joking too. Trust me, when they go into the game, and we're going to have some practices, and we're going to make sure these guys work, we're going to make sure they're not going to mess around.
Are you Coach Islam right now?
I'm not coaching. We got Coach Cam, but I'm going to be helping,
Coach
making
Cam.
sure everything...
Hey, you know what you need to
Messing
do? Y'all
around.
need to give Coach Cam a jersey just in case. Just in case. I'm just throwing it
Lace
out
him
there.
up.
You know what I'm saying? Give him a just in case jersey. So going off of that, Dabaja, we'll go with you. First of all, let's start off with player of the game. Who you got being the player of the game, man?
I got, you know what? If it's not the whole team, I got Aham.
Aham.
Yeah.
Wow, the one dude that said that you said that works
He's a hard worker.
Yes. So we'll go ahead from player of the game. Who do you got winning the game and why? I guess.
All right. Of course, the students are winning the game because they versed us last year. Mind you, we were beating them by 20 at halftime. We were juniors and sophomores. Now we're seniors and juniors. The more they get older, the more they're turning into dust. Right? The more we get older, we're coming into our prime. So they're not going to be ready for this. Like by first quarter, the other coach is going to have to like start sitting people out from tiredness. And then by second quarter, like I said, they're going to be at the concession stand. By third quarter, like in a soccer game, it might be a mercy rule.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Let it go, huh?
Yeah, that's it. And I'm not holding back anything. If I get the ball in my hands, I'm driving in and I'm getting fouled. I'm getting the point.
There you go. I just want to say this for those that old heads are gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, man, nobody on the panel was defending us. Well, you know, you had your opportunity to come on the show. I want to let y'all know we reached out to a few people to have them come on the show. So I know this might be student biased, but that's your fault. It's not their fault.
Nobody knew what side I was going to be on.
Yeah.
I just dropped it right now. So.
Yeah, so shout out to this time, by the way, for showing up. We appreciate you for coming on as well. So Abdullah, now it's your turn for your prediction. First of all, who you got as a predicted player of the game for this game?
So in my opinion, I think it's gonna be Sawaf Abdurrahman. So I know they're gonna pressure us like full court like how they did last year, and he's a guy that can break a whole press by himself, like all by himself. So I think he can be player of the game.
Inshallah, man. That's what's up, man. And then, what's your prediction for the game? We ain't get a score from you. We'll get a score from you soon. But what's your score prediction?
We're gonna win by like 15, probably like 55-40.
Okay, not bad. 2 20-minute halves, or what? How does it work?
I don't know what
Okay.
they're doing.
That's
Okay.
going to most likely
If
be
it's
so.
two
Or by
halves, I think they're gonna end it by the first half.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Can we get some air horns, Yusuf, man? These guys are over here. You know, we gotta let people know that there's some smack being talked right here. So Firas, I know you are just part of the organizing.
Yeah.
But you know, you see what's going on as well, and you're an athlete, so athletes know. So what are your predictions for the game, and who you got player of the game? First of all, let's start with player of the game.
Honestly, prediction of the game, I got the students. I'm always going to back my brothers to the end of the day. Player of the game, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm going to have to see who's going to be the player of the game. I'm going to have to watch the game, then I'm going to call it out right there.
What do you got for score prediction wise? What do you think?
I think it's going to go on pretty high, so around 40s, 50s, just like Abdullah said.
Okay, all right. And then I didn't get a score prediction. I mean, you said by 30,
Yeah, 100%.
74-44. What you got, man?
But did you notice how none of them said their names? Who's going to be player of the game? I think
Yeah.
it's going to be one of these guys. One of these guys definitely going to be player of the game. They're going to be carrying their team. But
Yeah.
as for score, by 30. That's all I'm going to say. It's by 30. Always remember
I
that.
got
Quote
my
me on it by 30.
Young Bucks by 30. What you got? What's your score prediction?
It's very Pacific.
Okay.
I got us winning 74-51.
Wow. That looks like
That's nice.
And
That's
like
a good
nice
score.
score.
And like at the end of
Right,
the
that
game,
sounds
if they
legit.
still want to play at the end of the game, that's when they get their like charity points. Like, you know, we give them like a couple layups, make them feel good about themselves when they go
Quick
home.
fast breaks and stuff.
Yeah,
Just
like-
let them.
So let me just say this, okay? Because I'm gonna say this because I'm trying to come from this from an unbiased perspective, okay? I'm gonna be the realist in this situation, and you know, especially the old heads gonna be watching this moment. So you know, those guys all have been on the show before, so you know they're gonna look at me like they might boycott this show if I don't defend them. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Y'all got some work ahead of y'all. I actually think this team might be better than last year's team. If they got both Abdullah and Bosch on the team, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, they had Hash, but they had a lot of guys, they're all right. They're solid. But that doesn't mean that you guys didn't get better.
Yeah.
Like you said, you got older. Y'all got, smarter. Y'all know what it takes to win. I think it's going to be a great game. Who do I got winning? I don't know because I don't know who really is on the roster other than the one guys that you named. But I think it's going to be another very close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be decided within 5 points. Whoever wins is going to be within 5 points, like a 61-56 kind of score where the game is tight up until the end. But we'll see what happens. That's the whole point. That's why you have to show up. One more time, can you tell us the date and the day and how they get tickets, just to keep repeating it?
So it's going to be Friday, April 25th, which is coming up pretty fast. You're going to come through the Fortson gym doors, or which are the Beg Gymnasium doors, to the parking lot. And then tickets, you can either get online or you can just come and buy at the door, which is at $15. I recommend you get online because they're $10.
Love that. I love that.
And Ozzy, real quick.
Yes, sir.
Real quick. Last year, there's some stakes on the line, as in, something the students would have got if they won, and something I think the OGs would have got if they won. This year,
Oh, yeah.
We gotta call
what's the
them
deal?
out.
What are they gonna get? If
I
they
want a
win?
nice dinner at Sexy Steak.
Hey, big money. Man.
And if we lose, which we're not gonna lose, but if we lose, I'll let the alumni pick anything they want.
All right. What about you guys?
Yeah, what you want, man? Thank you for asking this question.
Like you said, we'll go to that steak place and like they're not gonna deserve anything because we're gonna win. So there's nothing to put on the line for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Y'all ain't gonna give them nothing.
nothing.
That's gonna give them a hard time on the basketball court.
Exactly.
You're the president, so you have to be involved at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So what would you like to see in terms of stakes? You know what I mean? Literally steaks? Is that what you want to
Steaks.
say?
I'll write on the course steaks. We're going to serve it to them.
Oh, that'd be
Right
pretty
there.
nice.
That would.
Yeah.
That'd be a
Tell them
nice.
to pre-order it. Right
That'd
now.
be nice, sweet revenge. Like they're sitting and watching us eat steak
While they're
and-
eating pizza from the concession.
I mean, the pizza's pretty good at the concession.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah,
It is
but,
good. But like steaks, come on.
You can't compete with steaks.
Hey, Dabaja has a mission to this game, man. I'm telling y'all right now. He already has a vision. The victory, the victory dinner, the steaks. He already knew the restaurant he wanted to go to specifically. I'm looking forward to this, man. I'm looking forward to this. So, the final question before your final comments is: what do you hope is the end result of this game? I mean, other than the actual on the court stuff, like what do you hope is the end result of this game? Firas, we can start off with you on this one, man.
First of all, I hope we get a good amount of charity, and I just hope everybody has a good time. Everybody comes out, they come together. Everybody gets some good food from the concession stand. Put your old shoes on, whatever you got. You just come out, you get exercise a little bit, just get some fresh air.
I love that. Abdullah, you want to add on to that?
Other people meeting new people. Like you don't know this guy next to you. The next thing you know, like you know him because of the game and stuff. That's what I want to see mostly.
Okay.
And like the community coming together.
Like that. Salam, what do you want to see?
I just hope to bring the community closer, like you said as well. Hopefully this year we can beat last year's numbers to donate and help those in need. And yeah, come in as strangers and come out as, friends. That's the main thing, get us closer. That's our goal, inshallah.
Inshallah. Mr. Dabaja, what do you hope to see from this game?
What I'd like to see from this game is obviously we donate more than we have donated last year. And then I want this to become an annual, like maybe it's becoming an annual thing, but I want to become an annual thing for the next decade. So I hope this year is the year where it gets very popular. Mm-hmm. So by year and year and year, it's easier for you guys, Miss Alteri, the charities, and it's just like quick and go, and everyone loves it because this is a great foundation, to be honest.
Dabaja, you're going to go from playing as a player to playing as an alumni, man, and keep this up, man.
Oh yeah, this is man.
Think about it like that. There's going to be kids in your spot talking stuff about you.
They're going to be like, man, Dabaja, man, he's drunk. They're going to be talking smack about you, man. Hey, you go, inshallah.
When it's my time, it's my time. But my time right now is to like kick some alumni butt and just win.
Go out on a bang, man.
Yeah.
Senior year, you know what I'm saying? Inshallah, man. So, first of all, final word time. Be prepared for it. I'm going to just quickly go over, how people can follow us one more time. Again, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Apple, and Spotify podcasts, all under Oz Media. You can find us on our website at ozmedia313.com. Shout out to our sponsors, Hanley International Academy, Holy Bowly, Wingfellas, Juicebox, Malika Kebab, Jabed Coffee House, and Royal Kebab. We appreciate them and their support as always. Shout out to Abdullah. We got Firas, we got Islam, and we got Mahdi in the building today, as well as Yusuf. Appreciate these guys for executing the show and having a good time. Final word time. Final thing that you would like to say. Anything you'd like to mention, feel free to do so. We'll start off again from right to left, just like how we began. And any last minute thing that you'd like to say, Mahdi?
All right, I gotta look directly in this camera.
Okay, right there, baby. That's what we gotta look at. Right
Any
there.
alumni watching this, just know it's no mercy. I'm telling you, I'm coming like LeBron came back from 3-1. It's just done. Just look at the camera. It's like this.
Whoa.
It's gonna be like that. There's nothing left after that. That's all I gotta say. I'm straight business on Friday. And charity, but straight business on Friday.
I expect you to come in with a suit and a tie on Friday.
Oh
man.
yeah, I'm not coming in like a Nike Tech or anything. I'm coming in my shoes,
Sir.
my work bag.
Yeah.
and That's it. And I'm gonna have my sunglasses on so you guys can't see who I'm looking at.
There we go. Straight focus, AirPods in the ears.
Of course.
Head down, ready to move. Right? I mean, ready to work, man. Inshallah, man. I love that. Abdullah, it's your turn, man.
All right, so listen.
That's your camera right there. By the
I
way.
got you. So
That's
listen,
it.
I don't like talking smack like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let the game do the talking. So when the game comes, I'm gonna let it talk for me, and we're just gonna win.
There you go.
Straight up,
Plain and simple.
plain and simple.
Inshallah, man. Inshallah. By the way, 2 hoopers right here. Shout out to these fellas right here. I pointed at them too. I made sure I didn't point at Islam, by the way. I pointed at them too right here. You know what I'm saying? I gotta mess with Islam one last time. But watch out for them. Like Islam said, might be the one of the 2, might be even the co-MVPs if they do what they're supposed to do. Firas, any final words, final comments? Anything?
My final comment is unity. I don't know. I want to see the district get together. I know Edsel, Fortson, if you're from Dearborn, come along. Anybody in the community, I want to see you guys there, meet new people, come out, have a good time, and just enjoy the game.
Love that. I love that. And Islam, any final words and final comments to close out this show?
Yeah, I mean, just come and be a part of a great cause. Whether you're donating, sponsoring, or just a player, or someone just watching the event, come out and support, meet some new people, have fun. Inshallah, like you said, it becomes a more of an annual thing. Yeah.
Inshallah, and just know that that's the goal of this, to bring people together, right? Bring the community together, having fun, and enjoying each other's presence as we continue on with our lives and do what we do. Shout out to Force and MSA, by the way, with this cool
I've seen that. I like
sweatshirt
it.
that they got me as well. You guys are gonna be selling these, I'm assuming, on Friday as well. These sweatshirts or no?
Inshallah, and if we can get a big enough order, we will.
Okay. And by the way, it says Stab It and Arabic in the back too. So
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can get it customized.
customized and everything. So shout out to these guys. Put up the camera on Islam, because look at his face. He's jealous right now that I got the sweatshirt right now. But shout out to my man Islam. Listen, shout out to these guys. It was fun having these conversations with you guys. Inshallah, this could be something we can do annually every year. When Mr. Lady told me, I was like, of course, I would love to have you guys on. That's what it's all about. Bringing the youth on here and giving you guys a voice to say what you have to say, even if it is smack talk. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want. Any final comments? Any last things? All right. Well, there you go. This was season 4, episode 27 of Oz Media's Motivate Me 313 podcast. Students versus alumni charity basketball game this Friday, April 26th.
Fifth.
April 25th. Try to take a guess. All right. Charity basketball showdown for a cause. Shout out to Fortune's MSA for organizing it. Shout out to AMA for helping out and assisting with it. And shout out to everybody that's sponsoring the event. And shout out to the players and the community members who are a part of it. Hope to see you there. And it should be a great time. And we'll see you all next time. Have a great rest of your day.